What's up, LA gangsters, American gangsters, worldwide gangsters? This is Gangsta Transform Compete TV, and my name is Peasy. Our mission is to influence people away from gangs, thus away from the prison and away from the graveyard. Sometimes I'll interview or profile ex-gangsters, hustlers, and anyone that was involved in the street lifestyle and have transformed themselves into positive members of society. Sometimes I'll pick particular topics or situations that are going on currently in society, and I will evaluate or break down that situation from a Gangsta Transform Compete TV perspective. If you like our mission, please subscribe to our channel. It's totally free. Please like our videos. Leave a comment on what you think about a particular video or the situation that I'm covering. And share the videos. Tell a friend. Today, I'm going to discuss a video that was dropped by Spoetyface from Rollin Crip, and his message of peace and his message of the complications of transforming yourself from a street gang member to a positive member, a member of society, and some of the things that go along with that. We're going to talk about his overall perspective, which is positive. And so I chose to critique this video because he says a lot of great things in this video, and I really want a lot of people to really listen to what he's saying. I like his passion, I like his thought process, and I can feel his struggle because I have gone through a lot of the same things that he has gone through when you're trying to do positive, but yet it seems like negativity is always trying to knock you back. So without further ado, we'll play the Spoetyface video and then we'll commentate.
When I first started my road, my path to peace, I knew what it was gonna come with, and I knew, what was standing in front of me, but that never detoured me, or discouraged me in no way, bro. In no way. It's crazy that how when you down bad, or when you don't have anything, or when you just on a path of destruction, mentally, physically, and emotionally, they'll big you up out here, man. They'll make you feel like everything. But when you're on a path of peace, and you just truly genuine, just love people, or just want to see everybody win, or you try to get a message across, they either try to take away from the message, or they try to spin the narrative on the message. And my message has always been the same, and it always will remain the same. I push peace. I don't have no ops in this world, man. My only op is the devil. My only op in this world is the devil, and those who don't like me and those who don't like me, shout out to y'all too, I'll forgive you as well. But to be honest with you, bro, my only op is the devil. But what I will say is, it seems as if our people is the only people in this world who hates togetherness, unity, and brotherhood. It's like these people is teaching these little kids. Like, first of all, I'm gonna say this. What I will say is, a lot of our people complain about, being mistreated, or being, harassed by as far as law enforcement, the injustices, and all these type of things. But we're teaching our kids to not get into law enforcement. We're teaching our kids not to get into corrections, or to be a paramedic in EMT or not even to get in politics or, get into armed forces because we're saying, oh, that's the white man world, that's not our war. But how do y'all expect us to get further in life? How do you expect us to get in a position of power when we're not empowering the future? We're not empowering our kids. I don't teach my son to be a gangster. I want him to be stay far away from that as possible. I teach my son to be different. Son, it's all right to be different. And that's us as a people, and you need to be teaching your kids out there and your nieces and nephews, it's all right to be different. I've never been a follower, bro. I always been the unpopular voice of reasoning. So when people act like they're mad because I'm pushing peace, or people act like they're mad about what I'm doing, is, to be honest with you, I don't care. I knew it wasn't going to be hard. I knew I was going to ruffle some feathers. I knew what was standing in front of me. But I'm going to keep pushing. I got to. If I don't, then who's going to do it? And, I just hope my mission and my path, is contagious to some of the other guys out there. I know it's a lot of people out here that's doing this good work, spreading the word of the Most High, or just putting in this work on the streets out here in their community. So salute to y'all, man. I tip my hat off to y'all. But my only thing is what I don't be liking is because I'm pushing peace, you making it try to seem like I'm saying you pushing peace. Like, nigga, if you want to go get unalive and you want to go to jail, that's on you. I don't care about that. But I don't want to go to jail. Nigga, I don't want to die. But this society has made it so messed up that we teach these kids that it's cool to go to jail. This is what make you a man. This is what make you hard. You're not nothing unless you go to jail. Trust a man that's been behind the bars more of his life than probably on the streets. Jail is not where you want to be at. And we listening to these dudes in jail, or we put these dudes as political figures and all that. Niggas is miserable in jail. Misery love company, homie. Ain't nothing you can do for me to trade this, my freedom and my life, and nothing in the world. There's no way or no path in hell that I would want to be in jail and then on the street. So why are we teaching these little kids this? A lot of these games, a lot of these antics they got going on the internet, that's the internet. Stop believing what y'all hear. They just do that for clicks only. It's not a real place. This is a cyber universe. This shit is not a real place, bro. A lot of this shit be plays. A lot of people be working together to set it up to make it seem a certain way, bro. I'm one of the most genuine people that you're going to meet on here, bro. I'm one of the most genuine people that you're going to see on here. Because I really live my real life. What I show you guys, this is my real life. I'm a community activist. I go in the community. I pass out school books, school clothes, backpacks. I feed the homeless. I give out bus passes. I offer safe passage. I specialize in de-escalation, gang prevention, intervention, all these things that I'm a part of, bro. I'm a truly man of my community. Am I perfect? No, absolutely I'm not perfect. But I'm striving to be. And I want my followers, the real followers and the fans and the people that's with the peace movement or just brotherhood, period, to understand. If you're doing what I'm doing, you're practicing what I'm practicing, it's gonna be hard, bro. The Most High said it itself. It's scripture. The road is gonna be harder for the people that he favored. This is a fact. So I knew this coming in, bro. I will not be deterred, bro. Under no aspect I will be deterred. I will give my life first, bro. I will absolutely lay down my life before I be deterred, bro, or get off my mission or get off my path, bro. I don't care what people be putting. I'm trying to give these kids a fighting chance at life on me. I'm trying to change the narrative, bro. Did I used to be a bad person? Do I used to be turned up? Did I used to be the same way as a lot of other folks? Yeah, but I came into the truth. I see the light. And people want to try to take away from my message, or they want to try to push the narrative. Oh, he not doing this, he not doing. Man, bro, what are you talking about? Just ask around. If you in the LA area, you know. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to all the real people that's really God fearing and really want to see change in the community. You know what I'm saying? I got a thing that's going on in the LA area, man. That I'm going around promoting black businesses. You know, if you're in the LA area or some LA County and the surrounding areas, just hit me up, send me the info, DM me on Instagram or TikTok, and give me the info. If you're a business owner yourself, or you know somebody that's a business owner, I'm trying to put some sign, I'm trying to shine some light on it. You know, us as people of color, you know, we're the biggest consumers in the world. In our dollar, it matters. It matters. So yeah, that's we giving all these other people money. That start recycling our money, man. That start putting it in places that other people that looks like me and you know what I'm saying, could you know, benefit from. It's only right. We help everybody. We help and participate in everybody else getting rich, but we don't support each other. You know, so that's what I'm about. Let's stop this generational curse and help this build this generational wealth. That's what it's about, man. I'm out here rooting for everybody. I hope everybody got Maybachs and big houses and all the land in the world and big money, man. That's everybody get money together. You know what I'm saying? But again, stop listening to everything that you guys are hearing on the internet, man. It's all for games. It's not real, bro. It's click, likes, and views. That's what it is. Hey, man, hit them. Let's get them likes.
All right, people. There is the Spoetyface video. Now the video is longer, but I wanted to get the essential parts of the video and talk about that. Okay. Now, first of all, I have to give Spoetyface the utmost props, the respect for coming out and making a video like this. It's difficult to speak on peace and to speak on the trials and tribulations that you're going through to the public, especially when there are people out there that are wishing and hoping for your downfall, okay, in this media space, and you know that criticism's going to come. People are going to accuse you for being a hypocrite, contradicting yourself, etc., etc. All of that is going to come with going public with a video like this. But my response to that and to Spoetyface is, so what? Who cares about those negative people? It takes a man to come out and speak as he did, to share his feelings, which I think are real and true. Okay, even though a lot of stuff on this internet is fake and phony and YouTube and so forth and so on, but I really do feel this young brother's passion. I really do feel that he's speaking from the heart and he's coming real. So I give him the utmost respect for that. Now, he talked about the opposition when he's trying to do good. Okay, and he mentioned the devil. Yes, he mentioned Satan. Now, I'm not going to get into preaching and all that type of stuff, but I do think it's important to point out that usually the greatest people, or let me rephrase that, the people that have the greatest potential to do good are usually the people that are attacked the most when they try to do good. Whether you believe there's a Satan or a God, I'm not going to get into that, but I know there is, and I've experienced firsthand how Satan will try to influence you in a negative way to prevent you from doing positive work. Okay? And if you're doing work in the name of God, he's really going to attack you. See, he's going to attack those who are the greatest threat to his work on earth. Okay? And that is part of the spiritual warfare that goes on in this world. Okay? And Satan will use other people to get at you, and he will also try to get at you through your subconscious, attacking you in your weakest areas. Okay? Now, Spoetyface over the last couple of days has been somewhat ridiculed because He made a statement which I think was instinct regarding Poetic Flacco, and how Flacco said some things, and Spoetyface said that he was going to act on that. And then when Spoetyface and Poetic Flacco were face to face, it didn't happen. So then you had a lot of people coming out saying, it's all a play, this is all phony, fake beef, everyone's trying to get clicks and so forth and so on. Now, I do know that just because you are trying to do good, it doesn't mean that you're perfect, like Spoetyface mentioned in his video. Okay, no one is perfect. We all fall short. Okay, but I applaud him for trying to change his life. I feel he's in a transition right now. Even though he's doing some great things in his community already, he's still going through a transition phase with the back and forth, negativity, positivity in his actions. Now, sometimes we get caught off guard. Sometimes things happen in life and old habits or instincts come out. Okay? And when you look at those things from the outside, you say, oh man, that person is pushing peace and this and that, but yet look at what they did here, or look at what they did there. There's people out there that want to see you fall. So they want to label you as a hypocrite. They want to label you as on some BS. Okay? But that's not always the case. Okay? Now, like I said, when you're trying to do good, you're going to get attacked even more, especially if you're out trying to touch others' lives as Spoetyface is doing. Okay, he needs to understand that. It sounds like he does, but he definitely needs to stay true to that and remember that the more he tries to do good in the world and helping others and being a beacon of light for others, the more he will be attacked. And I hope Spoetyface hears that and understands that and stays focused, stays on the narrow path. Okay? Now, sometimes when you're on that narrow path and things happen, you might fall off that path. Okay? But the important thing is to recognize your mistake. Okay? Tell yourself you're never going to do it again. Okay? And if you are a person of God, pray to God, ask for forgiveness of that sin, and then jump back on the narrow road. And if you do that, you will be blessed. You may not know when the blessings are coming. You may not, you may not see it. But I guarantee you, if you do that, you'll be blessed. Why? Because you are trying. See, to roll with God, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to try. And if you make a mistake, it's okay. Everyone makes mistakes. God knows it. Everyone makes mistakes. But the important thing is what you do after you make that mistake. Are you going to continue on making a mistake even though you know it's wrong? Or are you going to say, hold up, I made a mistake. Let me get back on the narrow path and do what's right. That's the key to mature and immature when it comes to walking with the Father. Okay? So I commend him for speaking on that and understanding that, okay? It'd be interesting if someone took a poll of all the people in prison and asked them about their family life, about their parents. I bet you anything in this world, most of those people came from a very religious household or very spiritual household. You see? Because like I said, if Satan has you, he doesn't need to attack you. Okay? If you don't want to use the word Satan, okay, how about the negativity in the universe for all of you people? Okay? When you're doing negativity in the universe, it seems like everything is going good, right? But when you start doing positivity, okay, when you start trying to roll with the Father, you all of a sudden start getting attacked in many different ways from many different places, from many different people. and you don't know where they're coming from. Well, this is why. Okay? There is a spiritual warfare going on in this world, whether you realize it or not. So Spoetyface, stay strong. Okay? Stay focused on your goal, which I think you will, and keep pushing forward. He also talked about teaching the kids in a different way. Once again, I applaud you for that. I have 3 kids of my own, okay? I purposely moved in an area where my kids will not have to deal with gang banging, gang violence, somebody rolling through, mistaking them for the wrong people because they're living in a certain neighborhood, okay? And things like that. I purposely moved them in an area where they don't have to be worried about someone banging on them because of the clothes that they have and stuff like that. As Spoetyface said, I don't want my kids anywhere near gang banging, okay? I teach them street smarts to help them for when they get older, because they're not going to learn street smarts how I learned street smarts. You see, I learned street smarts firsthand, and I took lumps and bruises in doing that. You see, my kids are not living in that environment, so they're not going to get the firsthand tutelage that I did, which is good, because there's lumps and bruises that come with that firsthand tutelage. And I don't want my kids doing that or experiencing that, so I teach them certain things so that they will be aware of how things go, how things work. So when they're out on their own, they can walk in and be somewhat street smart or street savvy. But it, like Spoetyface said, it's important that we teach our kids differently. We need to break the cycle of generational gangbanging. Okay, a lot of other states or whatever, they have adopted this crazy gangbanging stuff out here. I get it, it's a strong influence. I get it. And a lot of these other states, the gangbanging hasn't been that long, maybe 1 or 2 generations. Okay, gangbanging out here is been around for 50 years. Okay, 50 years. This is generational. These wars are generational. That's why it's so difficult for people to stop, because they keep holding on to the past. They keep holding on to violence that was perpetrated against their loved ones, their friends, their whatever. I get it. You want to retaliate. You want revenge. I get it. But when does it stop? Because this side is going to want to retaliate, then that side is going to want to retaliate, and next thing you know, we're 50 years down the line and we're still killing each other. So at what point does it stop? What point do we forgive? A mutual forgiveness from one side to the other and say, we're going to end this beef. Now, yes, some neighborhoods do squash beef, and I commend them for that. But there's way too many that keep it going. And there's way too many rogue people. See, some of these neighborhoods are so big, okay, that there's no way to know everyone in the neighborhood. Okay, these are not small areas. Okay, these are huge areas with huge numbers of people. There's different sides to a lot of different neighborhoods. Okay, and what happens is you can have one person from a neighborhood that could destroy a peace effort. You can have 2 neighborhoods come together and say, we're gonna squash the beef. We're gonna, we might not be friends, we might not hang out, but at least we're gonna respect each other. We're not gonna kill each other. We're gonna stay over here, y'all stay over there, and let's live our lives. Okay? And then you might have one rogue person that might go out, start tripping, and kill the whole peace effort. You might even have law enforcement stop peace efforts. because if there's peace and there's no killing, then there's no money allocated to law enforcement, or not as much money allocated to law enforcement. But that's another subject. I'm not going to go down that road. But the point is that we definitely need to teach our kids differently. We need to raise our kids differently, and let them know it's not cool to gangbang. It's stupid. It's suicide. It's genocide. The kids need to know this, and the kids need to know that you can be cool without gangbanging. You can be fly without gangbanging. Okay, so I commend Spoetyface on that. I also commend him on simply stating the obvious. He doesn't want to die. He doesn't want to go to prison. Amen, bro. Neither do I. And no one really does. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have people woof. Yeah, I'm down. I'll die for the set and blah blah blah. And I'm gonna ride in. Yeah. You might have some people that woof that, but most people do not really mean that. And the ones that do crash out and do these type of things, they wind up either in prison or they wind up dead. Either by one time catching them or an enemigo coming back to retaliate on what they did. Okay? So we definitely need to teach our kids differently. We need to show them also that prison is not a badge of honor, as Spoetyface talked about. You know, some people, you know, it's crazy in society, in our society, where the kids is like, you know, I've been to prison and they're walking with their heads high like it's a badge of honor. That's how lost we have become. Okay? And you see young kids. I have a video on my YouTube page where there's 20-year-old, 21, 22, 23-year-olds getting life. Life. Think about that. Can you imagine that at 20, 21 years old and you're getting life because you decided to go out and take someone else's life? You decided to get cracking and end someone else's life, and now your life is gone? Everybody in the penal system regrets what they did. If they say they didn't, they lying. But a lot of people don't take this into consideration when they're running those streets. They're not thinking about the end result. I commend Spoetyface for being a community activist, for not just saying he's gonna do things, but actually getting out there and doing things. I applaud you for that, bro. Keep it up. I don't care what anybody says. Now, I just started this YouTube channel to be a positive member of society. Okay? I grew up in LA. All around this gangbanging. All my family. All of them. Okay? I know all about it. Okay? I've lost so many family members to gangbanging. It's a sad, sick situation. And I knew that when I launched this YouTube channel, I was not going to get all the views that these negative channels get. I wasn't going to get all of the subscribers that these other channels get. But I'm completely okay with that. Because I'm coming with the positivity, and I'm not going to sell out to try to get views or likes. I have to stand on my words, and I'm accountable for my words and what I put out there in society and in the world. And I'm coming with peace. I'm coming with hopefully trying to drop a little wisdom for the next person so they won't go through a lot of heartache in their life. I'm trying to teach others that there is no end result that's positive when it comes to gangbanging. There's no end result. And you're playing Russian roulette with your life, your only life. That's what you're doing when you out there gangbanging. So I applaud Spoetyface for being a community activist, getting out there, helping feed the kids, helping businesses, stuff like that. Man, that's all positive, bro. And I really like that, because you got a lot of dudes out there that's only talking about beef only talking about killing each other, only talking about rolling on their ops, etc., etc. And they glamorize it, and it's all, and they think it's all good. And then you try to talk negative on this man who's trying to do positive and trying to stay on the right path, and you're shooting at him with all these negative rounds. Now, if you want to go over there and do your negativity and get all your likes and views, that's fine. I'm not going to knock anyone's hustle. But it's not helping our community. It's not helping our society. And we're perpetrating the same, we're spewing the same venom into the world. There's power in the tongue, people. There's power in what you say, whether you believe that or not. And putting all that negativity in the world and in other people's psyche will only bring about more negativity. So I'm not going to be a part of that. I'm going to try my best to be positive, and hopefully I can touch a few lives along the way. Hey, if I can touch a few lives and prevent them from going to prison for the rest of their life or being killed, hey, I'm good. Because that's what I came for. I also want to talk about striving for perfection. As I kind of touched on it already. You don't have to be perfect to do the right thing. And what I think a lot of people don't understand is, a lot of people, they'll get the idea of doing some good things and great work and moving in a different direction, which is good, but then they hit a stumble, they hit a hurdle, they hit a pothole, and then they give up. That's the key. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep pushing forward and don't give up. That's the whole idea. That is what will decide if you're successful or not. Whether you continue or whether you quit. You gotta be strong. You gotta believe in your feelings, and you gotta believe that you're doing the right thing to affect others, to be positive, and stay on that path. Do not give up. Do not quit. I want to thank Spoetyface for reaching out to black businesses to help promote black businesses, talking about regenerating the dollar. As he said, black people spend more than any other race of people, and we make the least. This is nothing new. We've known this for a long, long time. We're spenders. We're consumers. We need to be producers. We need to be inventors. We need to own our own businesses, own our own shops. Go ahead and launch your dreams. Okay? All of the things that I heard him say are positive, and I just commend him for that. Now, all of the people that have beef with Spoetyface, that don't like him for this reason or another, why don't y'all just leave the brother be and let him go do his positive stuff, and you go over there and you keep doing your negativity. Because we need more positive people in the community trying to help the community. This is Gangsta Transform Compete TV, and my name is Peasy. Our mission is to help influence people from gangs so that they will not be unalived or imprisoned. If you like our mission, please subscribe to our channel. It's totally free. Please leave a comment, share the video, and tell a friend. God bless.